Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever it is that you're joining in to watch this today. I'm pleased to bring you the first Cherry Tree Elementary PTO webcast. We hope that you really enjoy this new format of content that we would normally bring to you via our general membership meetings, but trying to bring it to you in a different form and fashion this year. And so this particular PTO webcast, I have the privilege of being the guest speaker. And on our agenda today is to talk about parent and teacher communication, Canvas, and our 2018-2019 Cherry Tree School Improvement Plan. First and foremost, though, I want to thank all of our parents and grandparents and family members who donated to our Patriots Fall fundraiser campaign. I'm sure you heard that last week or a few weeks ago, whenever it is that you're watching this, I had the privilege of participating with some teachers in a double dare challenge because we met our Patriot Fall fundraiser goal. And at the very end, I was slimed. So I'm sure you heard about that in your household. If you didn't, you can check out on Facebook and Twitter a little video of the slime action. And let me tell you, it took a while to get that stuff out of my hair. But the kids had an absolute blast, and so did we. So again, thank you for donating. It really helps us achieve a lot of goals that we could not meet without your support. So again, thank you. So that brings us to our first topic on our agenda, parent and teacher communication. This is an incredibly important topic as we start the school year. I really like what this quote has to say. Parents are the historical and holistic experts. Their specialty is their own child. As teachers and administrators, our specialty is educating a classroom or school full of students. So we believe as we educate our students, we have some common goals, and it's a partnership. And so we daily want to make sure that our students experience excellence, explore opportunities, and realize potential. And so we ask that you engage as a parent, that you communicate with your teacher in a positive way, that you trust your teacher, and knowing that there is this partnership that's involved as we work together to make sure our students are constantly learning and growing forward. You'll see teachers use a variety of different means for communication, and we ask that they use what they're most comfortable with. You might see emails, you might see websites, you may see newsletters, you may see more face-to-face communication, and you'll see teachers use a variety of different technologies, not just for communication, but also as classroom tools with students to enhance and amplify their learning experience. And so we understand that sometimes it feels like it's a barrage of communication, but please see that as a positive thing. We want to make sure you're engaged in your child's education as a parent. One thing that we've done as a school district to try to make sure that parents are having a common thread of communication or a place and hub to go to receive things is to use a learning management system called Canvas. And so I want to take some time today, and that's next on our agenda, to talk about Canvas and to talk about how you as a parent can make sure that you have a parent observer account so you're getting your updates in your teacher's classroom through Canvas too. Okay, so I want to talk to you about setting up your parent account in Canvas and making sure that you have all of your students in your personal parent observer account. And so what you want to do if you've never set up an account before is you want to click parent of a Canvas user. And when you click that, you're going to put in your name, your email address, you're going to create a password, and then you're going to put in a student pairing code. And if you click what is a pairing code, it's going to actually walk you through how to get a pairing code in Canvas. And to get a pairing code in Canvas, you actually have to log in as your student to obtain the pairing code. And all of this PDF that pops up when you're doing that has links that actually show you in pictures how to do that. And I'll show you another place to get some information about that in a minute too. But once you have that pairing code, you'll create an account and then you'll click Start Participating. Now, I've seen a lot of parents who have created accounts in the past and maybe they didn't remember the password or the email, but if you enter that email and you get down all the way through these steps and click Start Participating, you might get prompted and it might say to you, you've already created an account. And if that's the case, you just want to make sure that you click Forgot Password and you can recover your password and log back in. So if you have, for example, let's say you have a fifth grader and now you have a third grader here, let's say, for example, you have a third grader and you've got a kindergartner here now, and you've hooked up the third grader in the past, and now you want to make sure you hook up the kindergarten student. So you would actually need a observing code for the kindergarten student too. And so one really helpful link in Canvas is this parent help FAQ link. And so when you click that, it actually has a ton of information and tutorials for how to do certain things in Canvas. And the best part about Canvas is once you have your parent observing account hooked up to all of your students, it's going to follow them K through 12 in Carmel Clay schools. And so you only have to do that pairing one time, and it will continue to follow them each year they move on through Carmel Clay schools. So this tutorial link right here on how to get a student pairing code is really helpful because it actually has some pictures as to what it looks like. So to get a pairing code for a student, you actually have to log in to Canvas as a student. And to do that, you just need their login name and their password, which your teacher can get that for you, or you can call the front office and we can get that for you. But all of our students should actually know that information. So they should be able to help you at home do this. And so you'll log in as a student. For example, this would be as if I logged in as Emily Boone. And I would then click Account and Settings. And once I'm there, I'm going to get on the right-hand side of my screen a Pair with Observer. And so I click Pair with Observer, and it's going to give me a code. And you're just going to want to copy down that code. Then as a parent, when you log back in and you go to your settings, and you go to Select Account and Settings, you'll see an area on your page where it says Observing. And it'll show you, for example, maybe that third grader was hooked up, but you don't see your kindergarten student. Well, you're going to enter the pairing code, and then it will attach the kindergarten student or the younger student or whoever you have not paired yet to that account, okay? So this page, this Canvas Parent Support page, is really helpful in walking you through any questions that you have with Canvas, even just to hook up your student accounts. So once those are hooked up, I do tell parents, and this seems very counterintuitive, you actually want to download on your phone the Canvas student app, but you want to log in as the parent observer. So why would you do that over the Canvas parent app? Don't ask me why, but Canvas student app is much more robust than the Canvas parent app. So as you log in as a parent observer with your parent account in the student app, you'll have just some more functionality in things you see. And so from there, what's really nice is if you download the app, you can actually turn on notifications. So you can get push notifications to your phone, for example, if an announcement is sent out or a reminder or a calendar invite and things like that. You'll get those notifications on your phone too. So that's the Canvas student app in the App Store, but make sure you log in as yourself, not as your student, okay? All right, so the next item on our agenda is our school improvement plan, and I do want to take some time to share that with you. So we are required by the state of Indiana each year to develop a school improvement plan that drives some of our professional development as a school. And so I wanted to just review that. We have with that an overarching goal that we put in place, and then we have strategies and actions. And I'm not going to review all of our actions with the plan today, but I do want to just go over the overarching goal that we have set and our 3 strategies that kind of surround and support us reaching that goal and working toward reaching that goal. We believe at Cherry Tree in just the value of continuous learning, and you're going to see our teachers here, they engage in a lot of professional development. They work so hard to make sure that your students are growing and learning. And that's one thing I think that just makes Cherry Tree so incredibly special. And so our overarching goal this year is that by August of 2019, students at Cherry Tree Elementary will improve their literacy skills as evidenced by all grade levels will meet their projected growth on the NWA Student Growth Summary Report in reading by fall of 2019. So as we look for a year's worth of progress, looking and shooting for our students hitting those growth goals on NWEA. And to help kind of support that work that we do toward this goal, like I said, we have 3 different strategies that we put in place. So, strategy number 1 is engage staff in social emotional learning, professional learning, focus on a continued school wide implementation of the 7 habits, positive behavior intervention supports, trauma informed practices, mindfulness, and growth mindset. One thing our staff is engaged in, many of our staff, is a conscious discipline book study. So if you want to kind of Google search what conscious discipline is, we're doing, a lot of our staff are engaged in a book study on that, which has to do a lot with thinking about how the brain responds to things, and how you manage your classroom and work with kids. And so we're finding that work to be very valuable. And so that's our first strategy. We're continuing to develop this. And if you've had a student at Cherry Tree for a number of years, hopefully you've seen an increase in our efforts as a school to really educate the whole child and thinking about how important not just the academic piece is, but also that social emotional piece of the student. And our second strategy is that teachers will implement deeper, rigorous, and relevant instruction within literacy. And so we've made an effort over the last couple of years to really look at our responsive literacy instruction and differentiation for our students. And so you've probably seen or heard your students or your teachers of your students talk about a reading workshop and writing workshop. Orton Gillingham, maybe OG, you've heard of that, word work, morphology. We've really been working on how do we differentiate and be responsive to our students and their needs within literacy. And so we've set up workshop models in place, and we're continuing to fine tune our work in the workshop model. And we've done things implementing not just guided reading instruction, but also strategy group instruction, which is a bit different than the typical guided reading. So you may see a lot of things referred to as strategy groups at times, and that comes out of work and research by Jennifer Saravallo. And we're also doing a lot of implementation this year of the Lucy Calkins, which comes out of the Teachers College Reading and Writing Project out of Columbia University. Her reading workshop units of study or reading units of study. And so you may see some of that come home also, that reading units of study. We've been implementing the Calkins writing units of study for a number of years now. And so now we're kind of diving in on the other end of that with the reading units of study. So as we implement these stronger workshop models and focused around the reading and writing workshops and really just building in to our students that life of a reader and a writer, and supporting them as independent readers, giving them lots of choices and building their skills specific to what they need. And so there's some really great work being done at Cherry Tree and across our school district in this particular effort. And so we're excited about that work ahead of us this year. And the third strategy that we have is that Cherry Tree Elementary staff will integrate technology to amplify student learning. And so I'm sure you've seen an increase of technology over the last few years here at Cherry Tree, and we've worked hard to integrate technology to really amplify student learning. And we believe that that word amplify is important because it's not replacing anything. We're amplifying what we do. And we believe that great pedagogy and teaching practices have to be in place in order for then the technology to come in and really amplify those things. And so we've worked really hard on this, and hopefully you've seen an increase of that over the number of the years, and we're still working on that. And this particular summer, we increased the number of Chromebooks in our school so that every classroom has their own set of 14 Chromebooks, and teachers share with each other to make sure that, for certain times they might have a whole set. We also continue to have 2 labs available and several mobile labs that teachers can check out, including 4 mobile labs of iPads. And so we're increasing the amount of mobile devices in our school, and we're really supporting that work by giving teachers the tools that they need to amplify student learning with technology. And we're making a conscious effort in that area because we know that the world is spinning forward really fast with technology, and we certainly can't stand still. We have to give our students the tools to think critically with technology. And so you'll see that effort for sure, and we appreciate your partnership with us. We are a BYOD district, which means students can bring their own technology. And so we often encourage our teachers to encourage parents that if they do have a device that they use at home on a regular basis, they can certainly bring it in for certain things. And the teacher sometimes will email, and that can depend on the comfort level and work of the teacher in their classroom too. But nonetheless, we have a lot of devices here at school that we're using too. So, well, that really concludes our webcast for the evening. That was the last item, or for the day, or whenever you're watching it. That was the last item on our agenda. I just really, again, want to say thank you. It's been just a tremendous start to the school year. As you've seen, our theme, learning is an adventure. And your kids are on an incredible adventure this year as learners. And we are excited to partner with you to make this year just an amazing adventure. So thank you again, and have a wonderful day.